from KSAT 12. Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
Good morning to you. It is Thursday, April 25th.
Thanks for joining us. It's been a nice fiesta week. Starting off humid today, and later today, the kids will be out for Battle of the Bands.
That's right. And then we've got Battle of Flowers tomorrow, Flambeau coming up on Saturday. Still tons to go. And of course, it all hinges on the forecast. Mike Osterhage.
Well, I've been saying all morning long, if you wake up and you go, wait, is this a new day? Because it feels like the same when you step outside. Yes, new day, same weather. It's going to be the same situation tomorrow as well. So we've got temperatures in the low 70s right now, ton of humidity out there. We do have a breeze, so that's helping to prevent a lot of fog from forming up. But there is that chance for just a little bit of fog. Also watch out for some of the mist around the area. 85 for a high temperature today. I think like yesterday and the day before. I mean, yesterday I was out in the afternoon, saw maybe a little peak of sunshine here or there, but basically just a lot of clouds hanging around here. As far as the aquifer is concerned, it did drop down another 0.6 of a foot in yesterday's reading, and the allergens, mold, pecan, are all on the low side. Take a look at visibility right now. Again, everything is looking pretty good. We do have that breeze, but Castroville, a little bit of fog, Gonzales, a little bit of fog. It did start to form up as the morning rolled on yesterday. So again, same scenario as today as well as tomorrow, and everybody in upper 60s, low 70s, 10 degrees above normal. All that humidity out there, and that humidity is not going anywhere. So again, throughout the day, 78 at noon, 85 high temperature. You know, a little sprinkle maybe popping up here or there. I really doubt it. It's almost not even worth putting on this graphic there. But also the winds out of the southeast, 15 to 25 miles per hour. It is going to be a humid evening for the band festival. Fiona and I are going to be there, and we'll have, again, we've got that morning drizzle again tomorrow. It's going to be dampish for Battle of Flowers. We'll have some of that maybe leftover morning drizzle, some damp roads, very warm, very humid. Now, a couple of isolated storms, but those right now are looking like they're staying well up in the hill country tomorrow, and that would be during the parade. But then afterwards, one or two of them are going to try and pop up. Saturday, really hot, 88 degrees, and that's going to help with the volatility in the atmosphere. Right now, though, it's looking like any of these nighttime storms are going to be waiting till after the parade and the overnight hours closer into Sunday morning to pop up. So then we'll have a few more showers and thunderstorms hanging around here on Sunday. One thing for sure, hot and humid out there. I think we're going to be able to squeeze in all the big events, band festival, Battle of Flowers, Flambeau. Should be pretty dry other than all the humidity. More on the forecast coming up in just a couple of minutes. Traffic Authority, RJ, welcome back. I know your folks were in town visiting, and I see flashing lights behind you.
Yeah, Mike, was able to send them out to the River Parade, hang out there, and we also did go to the first night of Naosa, so great to see a lot of people out there. And by the way, guys, I always know when Justin's here because the camera's just a little bit taller. Has to adjust just a little bit more, but thanks to Justin for filling in the past couple of days. All right, as Mike mentioned behind me, 1604 Babcock Road, we have an accident here. This is off on the access road there of 1604 West. Last check with TransGuide, they said that involved a couple of cars in this area. So two-car collision there, 1604 Babcock Road. We do have emergency officials on the scene right now, and as we take a look at our maps, again, this is off the highway, so not affecting traffic directly on that end there. 1604 westbound lanes of Babcock Road in the UTSA area, a little bit west of I-10 there. So just keep that one in mind if you're traveling in that area over the next maybe 30 minutes or so. We also have a stalled vehicle being reported northbound 35 at O'Connor Road, and you can see that traffic's not really being too affected in this area there as well. As we take a look at our citywide map, everything else looking pretty good. Going to keep an eye on some of the fog that we're seeing in our area. Doesn't look too bad right now based on our TransGuide traffic cameras and some lingering construction taking place in the Forum and Live Oak area. But for the most part, everything else is looking pretty good. Again, 1604, the westbound access road at Babcock Road near UTSA, a two-car crash there. We will continue to monitor that situation. Stephanie, Mark, back to you guys.
Thank you, RJ. A shooting turned stabbing on the south side Tuesday left one man dead and another in critical condition. Now San Antonio police say the man who died is the victim in this ongoing investigation. The siblings of the 27-year-old who died at the corner of Clamp Avenue and Grosvenor Boulevard identified him as Robert Patton. According to San Antonio police, Patlin and a 58-year-old man were at Patlin's girlfriend's house when an argument escalated. Investigators say Patlin managed to get a gun away from the 58-year-old man, then shot him. Police say that's when the man stabbed Patlin.
Right about here is where police say he collapsed.
Yeah.
And he took his last breaths.
Yeah.
Just thoughts on how that played out.
I can imagine what his mind was going through during those last moments of his life, knowing that he couldn't do nothing.
Police say that the 58-year-old man is considered the suspect and is in critical condition.
Today, the U.S. Supreme Court will hear arguments over whether former President Donald Trump can be prosecuted over his accused efforts to undo his 2020 election loss to President Biden. Trump is claiming since he was not president at the time, he cannot face prosecution. If the Supreme Court sides with Trump, the federal election interference case could possibly end. If they side against him, the case moves forward, but the likelihood of it going to trial before the November election is slim.
The Biden administration has issued new rules to require airlines to automatically issue cash refunds for things like delayed flights. The rules should also better disclose fees for baggage or canceling a reservation. The Transportation Department says airlines will be required to provide automatic cash refunds within a few days for canceled flights and significant delays. Under current regulations, airlines decide how long a delay must last before triggering refunds. Airlines are now fighting back, criticizing the Department of Transportation for confusing consumers and saying its actions will result reduction in choice and in decline in competition, which drives up prices.
Stay strong. That is the message from the parents of an American hostage held by Hamas.
That hostage was just seen on video for the first time since last October. ABC's Rhiannon Alley has the latest.
This morning, the world is now seeing Hirsch Goldberg Pollen alive more than 200 days after the American-Israeli citizen was taken hostage during the October 7th attack.
Hirsch Goldberg Pollen.
Speaking in Hebrew, Hirsch's hair is shaved and he's missing part of his left arm. The 24-year-old says, "I am the son of Jonathan and Rachel. I was born in California." And quote, "Mom, Dad, Libby, Orly, I love you very much. I miss you very much. I think of you every day that I'm here. I need you to stay strong for me and not stop fighting." It's unclear when Hamas recorded the video, which Hirsch's parents gave ABC News permission to show. Hirsch was seen at the music festival in Israel that came under attack, being pushed into this truck by Hamas terrorists.
We are every person's nightmare. That's who we are. Anyone who's a parent, anyone who is a mother or has a mother can imagine what I'm going through.
The video of Hirsch prompted protesters to take to the streets in Jerusalem last night, demanding the government do more to bring home the hostages. About 130 are still believed to be held by Hamas.
Hirsch, if you can hear this, we heard your voice today for the first time in 201 days. And if you can hear us, we love you. Stay strong. Survive.
Rhiannon Alley, ABC News, New York.
Well, here at home, there are still a few more fun-filled days of fiesta. Today, there's Fiesta San Fernando at San Fernando Cathedral. There's also the 10th Street River Festival at VFW Post 76, the oldest post in Texas. And of course, the Battle of Flowers Band Festival is kicking off at Alamo Stadium.
And on Friday, we had the big Battle of Flowers parade. So do you have your tickets yet? You can go ahead and scan that QR code on your screen right now, and you can still buy them. So there's only a few days left. And the best part, your ticket includes assigned seating along the parade route, food and drinks, and we'll see you there.
We were reviewing scripts again yesterday.
Yes.
And the Budweiser Clydesdales are scheduled to move their way through the parade, but they're going to hold until after the flyover of the F-16s from out at Lackland.
That's right. They had to make a few little adjustments for the flyover, but it's exciting.
Yeah, they just didn't want to spook the horses. I get it. 509, 71 degrees.
Well, just ahead, how Reddit is making it easier for people to make comments and take part in conversations.
If you plan on taking a trip to beautiful Venice, Italy, up next, why you'll now be charged a day pass, basically, for just entering the city.
And looking out there with live cams, starting off humid again at 71 degrees, kind of like yesterday. And we're going to maybe see some showers in the morning tomorrow for the parade, but we're going to get all those details from Mike in just a minute. And welcome back. It's about 5:12 now. Venice, Italy is starting a first-of-its-kind program today to charge tourists who enter the city. ABC's Maggie Rulli has the details in today's GMA First Look.
In this morning's GMA First Look, we're in Venice as they began a first-of-its-kind program to tackle over-tourism.
To live in Venice is not easy because we have tourists in every street.
A city of canals, narrow streets, rich history, and tourists.
I've always wanted to come. It's beautiful.
Lots and lots and lots of tourists.
Nearly 40,000 people visit Venice every day. That nearly doubles the city's population. Well, now, local authorities are testing out a new system, trying to make sure that this beautiful World Heritage site doesn't become ruined by too many tourists.
Starting this morning, Venice is now the first and only city in the world to charge day trippers an entrance fee of €5. And coming up at 7 a.m., we're showing you how it works. With your GMA First Look, I'm Maggie Rulli, ABC News, Venice.
Have you ever been to Italy?
No.
I was lucky enough to go to Venice back in around '05. It is expensive. That's big square, St. Mark's Square. Yes. We went in the evening at a coffee shop, sat outside. There was a little chamber orchestra playing. It was beautiful. Get the check. Not only did they have gratuity added, there was a music fee added too, just for having this, for sitting there and listening to that little quintet.
Well, a beautiful trip, but be prepared to pay.
Okay, yeah, it was still a lovely evening. 5:14, 71 degrees.
Well, coming up next, how one airline is updating its in-flight TV software system with new features, including a watch party.
And TransGuide right now, this is down on the surface street at 1604 at Babcock. You see with that gas station there on the top of your screen. RJ is back. We had a busy day with traffic yesterday, and we're hoping for a light load today for everybody.
Are you certain that's just the wind? Mm-hmm. Are you for imprint certain?
Certainty matters. When you order promo products for your next event, you'll need to be absolutely certain they arrive on time. That's why you choose 4imprint. Experts who'll get it done right. Delivered on time, guaranteed. Count on certainty at 4imprint.com.
4imprint for certain. Why did I keep missing out on this?
Before you were preventing migraine with Qulipta? Do you remember the pain, the worry, the canceled plans?
And look at me now.
You'll never truly forget migraine, but Qulipta reduces attacks, making 0 migraine days possible. It's the only pill of its kind that blocks CGRP and is approved to prevent migraine of any frequency, to help give you that forget you get migraine feeling.
Don't take it if allergic to Qulipta. Most common side effects are nausea, constipation, and sleepiness. Learn how AbbVie could help you save.
Qulipta, the forget you get migraine medicine.
5:18, Reddit is updating its mobile app to make it easier to take part in conversations. ABC's Rhiannon Alley has details in today's Tech Bites.
In today's Tech Bites, Reddit now focusing more on comments. With an update to its mobile app, Reddit is now seeking to make comments to posts more of a focal point to users' experience. But if you want to know what everyone's talking about, there's also a context bar where an original post will be pinned. iPhone users will soon be able to log on to WhatsApp without a password. The messaging app is rolling out support for passkeys in the coming weeks so that you can use your Face ID or your Touch ID for login. Android users have already had the passkey option for months. Finally, JetBlue has a new in-flight TV system. Among the additions, a watch party feature. That means you can watch the same movie or TV show with up to 5 other people. The system will also let you pick up a film or a program from where you left off during your last trip. Those are your Tech Bites. I'm Rhiannon Alley. Have a great day, everyone.
So your folks still here?
No, actually, my mom left yesterday, but she got full Fiesta Phil.
Yes, in just a few days.
Yeah, just a few days, and she was just like, "Wow, this is incredible!" Especially just the scene out there for Nyosa. I mean, it was packed.
Yes.
For sure. So, but a lot of great people. We ran into a lot of our viewers. So it was great to see everyone out there.
What was your mom's reaction to Nyosa when it
she was like, "Wow, this is a lot."
Did you all get there when it first started? Or
about 6 o'clock, yeah.
Okay,
so it was already pretty busy out there.
I bet it was.
Yeah, definitely a lot of fun out there. And River Parade was great as well. The weather was amazing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so it was a lot of fun out there.
And then you also took her to Taste of New Orleans?
Taste of New Orleans. So, you know what? I'm already kind of a little bit
You're quite the tour guide, aren't you?
I need a couple of days off, yes, from Fiesta Fun, but we're going to get back at it tomorrow. Of course, Battle Flowers and King William Fair. That's going to be a lot of fun out there Saturday as well. As we take a quick look, guys, TransGuide traffic cameras. We have cleared out this crash that was on the access road there, 1604 westbound at Babcock Road. So you do see that we have cleared things out in that area there. As we take a look at our rotating shot here, 37 Alamodome traffic moving pretty good there. 37 at Pecan Valley, same situation there as well. Our citywide maps are showing not much activity out there, so that's good news. Of course, yesterday was very busy along the south part of downtown there with that school bus crash, and great job, guys, covering that yesterday, by the way. I know it was definitely a team effort, but we're fortunately not seeing anything like that at the moment right now. Hey, we do want to talk about NIOSA because, of course, it is day 3 and Thursday, which is, known as college night, I guess, for a lot of people in the area here. We also still have these street closures that are still in effect in the La Vita area. So basically, South Alamo is going to be closed throughout 4 p.m. to 1 a.m. for the rest of the NIOSA couple of days here through Friday. Of course, Nueva is closed right now through the rest of NIOSA as well, and also Presa as well. So if you are driving around this area, just keep in mind St. Mary Street will actually have access to Convention Way and Cesar Chavez. I was driving through that area yesterday, and you know what, they're doing just a lot of different rerouting there. Just keep that in mind, especially around the St. Mary's and the South Alamo area. But this is basically, you're looking at a couple of these street closures in this area if you are headed out over the next couple of days to NIOSA, which has been already very busy for a lot of people out there. All right, Mike, as we mentioned, it's been a little bit more humid, started out a little bit cooler to start the week here, but how are things looking outside this morning?
Well, about the same as they have the past couple of mornings. Yeah, it'd be nice if we could have taken that river parade weather and just kept it going all week long. Unfortunately, that's not the case. Yesterday, good morning from Three Rivers. Beautiful start. Notice a lot of the clouds that were hanging around here, and that is the situation right now. It's not looking too bad as far as visibility is concerned. We do have a fairly decent breeze. Now, notice how there's a little bit of reduced visibility there in Castroville, as well as over here in Gonzales and Pleasanton. And you can sort of just extrapolate from what the winds are doing where there is or isn't reduced visibility. Out at the airport, 13-mile-per-hour winds, 12 at Hondo, and then Pleasanton only 3. Comfort 5, and a little bit, not much of a breeze there in Castroville. So you don't get any wind. That is one of the ingredients that can allow some of that fog to form up. So as long as we keep a breeze around here, shouldn't have to deal with a lot of it. We do have, and I know the graphic looks a little ominous, but it's just that mist and drizzle, that 10% chance for it. Temperatures are going to be staying steady throughout the rest of the morning. We get up to 78 degrees already at noon. There may be a couple of peaks of sunshine. Don't count on a lot of it. 85 high temperature. And I do have a 10% chance for a little stray sprinkle, maybe here or there. Really, really doubt it. Going to the band festival tonight, as I mentioned, we're going to be there, Fiona and I, and it's going to be fine. So it's going to be hot and humid out there. Now, here's what computer models are showing. This is one of the short-range models that's been doing a pretty good job lately. Notice how it's got a few little sprinkly showers showing up this morning. Nothing throughout the rest of the afternoon. By late afternoon, a couple little spots here and there. That's pretty much it. That's why I've got that 10% in there around the area. Now, jump ahead to tomorrow. Notice the storms up there to the north. This model keeps everything up there to the north. We'll have morning mist and drizzle. And then as we go into parade time, again, a stray sprinkle or two is going to be possible around the area. Whether we see one right there on the parade route is going to be kind of a wait and see type situation. And one or two of those light little showers as we go on into the afternoon hours. But I think as far as the parade tomorrow is concerned, going to be fine. Going to be hot and humid, and it's going to be damp in the morning, of course, and we'll have a little bit of that leftover mist and things, and that's going to be the situation through the next few mornings with all the humidity out here. Saturday then, hot and humid, 88. And we will have some storms later on Saturday night, but what it's looking like is those are going to wait till late Saturday night after the parade in the overnight hours, and we'll have more left over on Sunday as well. So, yeah, it's not river parade weather, but I think we're going to be dry for all of the big events tonight, tomorrow, as well as on Saturday. More after this.
Welcome back. Tune in to KSAT 12 tonight at 7 o'clock to watch the NFL Draft.
And as ABC's Rena Roy reports, the NFL is taking its show on the road to Detroit, where players will take the next step in their football journeys.
with the first pick.
All eyes on the Motor City tonight, where prospects will take center stage and wait for something many of these young men have dreamed of their entire lives, to hear their name called in the NFL draft. Detroit expects to welcome 400,000 visitors for this three-day event, which will showcase the city. Many of the top prospects also showcasing their fashion, trading in pads and helmets for their most stylish suit.
What's so great is when people actually come to Detroit, they are blown away because Detroit is not what they might have thought.
A record number of offensive players could be selected in the first round, with quarterbacks set to headline those first picks. As many as 6 could be selected on the first night, which would tie an NFL record. USC's Caleb Williams, widely projected as the top pick, expected to go number 1 overall to the Chicago Bears.
The quarterbacks, we have elite players at that position. 5, definitely, maybe 6 quarterbacks in round 1.
Wide receivers also a hot ticket. Ohio State's Marvin Harrison Jr. almost certain to follow in his Hall of Fame father's footsteps as a first-round pick.
Marvin Harrison Jr., great bloodlines. His dad, I scouted him coming out of Syracuse. The same passion, the same work ethic. Contested grabs go Marvin Harrison Jr.'s way.
Trades could shake up the first round. The one thing we do know, 32 names will be called tonight. Motown is ready for its moment. The Lions, 1 game away from making it to the Super Bowl last season. Now the city's set to welcome players to the NFL. Rena Roy, ABC News, New York.
528, 71 degrees.
Well, coming up next, why a special vote by the FCC today could soon affect your internet speed.
531, welcome back on your Thursday, the 25th of April.
Yes, happy Thursday. Thanks for joining us. We have a busy fiesta evening also today. We have a band festival. You'll be out there.
Yep.
And then NIOSA continues, and then La Semana Alegre starts at the Civic Park.
So nothing going on of no, not really.
You have options.
Yeah.
You have options.
And all the annual events like this, but it just never ceases to amaze me there at the band festival when all of the kids get out there. You can't see the field anymore. It's like 4,000 to 5,000 kids. And they play together. It's just an amazing sight, and that's going to be tonight. It is going to be pretty humid out there. And a lot of those kids then have to then turn around. They rehearsed today or yesterday. They perform tonight, and then they got to turn around, and a lot of them are in the Battle of Flowers parade then. So, and they still have schoolwork to do. So, yeah, hats off to y'all and all the teachers and administrators and bus drivers and everything else out there. It is quite a logistical wonder to watch that out there. All right, this morning we've got a little bit of mist and drizzle. There's not a lot of reduced visibility out there at the airport. We do have very high humidity, of course. You step outside, feels like yesterday, the day before that. Basically same numbers, 71, dew point 68. However, we do have a nice breeze out there, so that's helping to really prevent a lot of fog from trying to form up. There are hints of it here and there. Castroville, Gonzales, Braunfels wanting to get a hint of fog. If the wind dies down in some places, you may see a little bit of this fog forming up because, of course, we do have the temperatures, we do have the humidity, but there's the wind out there at the airport at 13 miles per hour, 12 at Honda, 14 at Kerrville, but then not much of a breeze at Pleasanton, Comfort, and no wind out there at Gonzales right now. So that's where you'd be more prone to see some of this fog trying to form up. AM, mist, fog, hot, humid throughout the day. There could be a stray sprinkle trying to pop up late this afternoon. I really doubt it, though. I don't think we're going to have any problems at the band festival. Same situation starting off tomorrow. And some of that, as has been the case the past few mornings, lingers into 9, 10 o'clock, 10:30 in the morning. So at the start of the Battle of Flowers parade tomorrow, maybe on the damp side. A couple of showers and a storm are then possible later on in the afternoon. Saturday, very hot and humid. It's going to be hotter than today and tomorrow, upper 80s and even some low 90s around here and all that humidity. And yeah, the atmosphere is very volatile, but right now it's looking like any storms are going to wait till late at night after the parade and then overnight. So we'll have a lot of lingering leftover rain early on Sunday and then a few more of those storms throughout the day on Sunday. So even though it's not going to be river parade kind of weather, nice and pleasant, low humidity, I think we're going to be able to sneak all these parades and big events in between any showers or storms. More on the forecast coming up in just a couple of minutes. Traffic Authority. So RJ, still got some flashing lights out there?
No, Mike, we are actually cleared out that one crash that we were seeing during our the start of our 5 o'clock hour here. that is cleared out. That was a 1604 westbound on the access road at Babcock Road. So for the most part, we are seeing clear roads out there. I-37 at the Alamo Dome. You see our shots from this TransGuide camera. Traffic moving pretty well both directions there. Same situation there at I-37 and Pecan Valley. Obviously seeing a little bit of fog in the area, so just keep that in mind if you are about to step outside. This did just pop up on our maps right now. This is being reported as road debris right now on 281 southbound at Loop 410. You can see it's causing a little bit of delays in this area. So I'm going to check in with our folks at TransGuide, see if we could get a better shot of what exactly is going on there and try and get an idea of what's happening. We're also seeing some delays right here. So trying to figure out exactly where this road debris might be. This is San Pedro, but obviously 281 to 410. It looks like things are getting a little bit busy out there near the San Antonio International Airport. Everything else is looking pretty good across the city of San Antonio. It looks like we've even kind of cleared out some of that overnight construction there on the northeast side. We will continue to keep an eye on that. But again, no major accidents or stalls right now. Biggest thing that we're seeing at the moment is going to be that road debris that we're seeing near the airport. And we'll get more information here in just a bit. Stephanie, Mark, back to you guys.
Thank you, RJ. Well, a terrifying scene on the freeway yesterday after a case of an apparent road rage incident caused an 8-vehicle crash involving a pre-K for SA school bus. So this is what it looked like yesterday there at Highway 90 near I-35. Witnesses told the Bexar County Sheriff's Office that 2 vehicles were engaging in road rage and one of them hit the bus. No children were on the bus at the time, and at least one driver in the crash was taken to the hospital. This accident is the second one that we have seen this month involving a pre-K for SA school bus.
11 Republicans who submitted a document to Congress falsely declaring that Donald Trump beat Joe Biden in Arizona in the 2020 presidential election are now charged with conspiracy, fraud, and forgery. Arizona is now the 4th state to bring charges against so-called fake electors. The 11 people who had been nominated to be Arizona's Republican electors met in Phoenix on December 14, 2020 to sign a certificate saying they were, quote, duly elected and qualified electors and claimed Trump had carried the state. The document was later sent to Congress and even the National Archives, where it was ignored. An FCC vote today affects your internet speed. It is to reinstate what's called net neutrality.
It bars providers from slowing down or blocking access to certain content or apps. CNN's Amy Kiley reports on how that could change your online experience.
Net neutrality is making a comeback with an FCC vote today. That means internet providers won't be able to speed up or slow down certain traffic. New FCC rules ban blocking, throttling, or disadvantaging certain content, apps, or services. They also bar prioritizing them in return for payment. An FCC vote under the Obama administration is what first put net neutrality in play.
You would get AOL and CompuServe and services like that saying, well, we provide email services and you can make websites and there's shopping. So we're more than simple utilities. And what's happened over time is that consumers don't want to get that stuff from their broadband provider.
It's been gone since 2018 due to a later FCC decision under the Trump administration.
The internet of 2014 was not some sort of hopeless hellscape. It was actually pretty awesome.
This time around, the FCC is taking into account modern use of smartphones and other devices. But the basic debate is the same. Advocates for net neutrality say they want a free and open internet. Opponents argue that's bad for businesses and consumers.
Innovation has flourished. Competition has increased. The internet remains a vehicle for free and open discourse.
I'm Amy Kiley reporting.
Okay, welcome back. Okay, so every 6 minutes, someone is diagnosed with Parkinson's disease.
Well, it's a life-changing diagnosis, but people and families don't have to face that future alone. Our Patty Santos is in the studio. She tells us about a free event that might gear families in the right direction of local groups that can help them. Good morning, Patty.
Good morning, guys. Thank you so much. The event is meant to help families understand the diagnosis and even look at the early signs of Parkinson's. Now, Peter Babcock was diagnosed in the fall of 2021, but he noticed the symptoms started back in 2016. Now, he says the pandemic played a role in delaying his diagnosis, and he tells us it's been hard for him and his family to handle the changes that the disease brings, but Babcock had to take it upon himself to learn about his disease and how to make better choices, and today he's still active and working.
It's very important. You can't deal with this alone in a vacuum, and especially because Parkinson's, because of the dopamine, does bring with it anxiety and depression and everything else. If you don't seek out help, you're just going to sink under the weight of this. So support groups are very important, friends. One thing Parkinson's does is strip you of a lot of things in life. There's apathy, so things you love doing, you're going to stop doing, or treatments you could be getting, you're not going to get. It robs you of communication, so you're not showing the excitement to others, you're not showing the facial expressions, etc. It strips you of that to where it tends to isolate you. It's easy to give up and stay in your little house and not interact with anybody.
Now, April is Parkinson's Awareness Month. Local nonprofits are trying to help you out with this event on Tuesday, April 30th from 9:30 to 2 p.m. at the Multi-Assistance Center on Thousand Oaks. You will need to register ahead of time, and we have all that information right now on KSAT.com. In the next hour, we're going to hear more about Babcock's story and the early signs to look for. Guys?
Thank you, Patty. 541, 71 degrees.
And if you spent any amount of time downtown, then you have seen it. We're talking about the construction. It's unavoidable. And next, we're going to take you inside the cone zone and just imagine how much more frustrating it is for people who live there.
Outside with live cam, the weather's been pretty consistent this week. Now we're going to add in some moisture, see what happens with rain or storms over the next couple days as we wrap up Fiesta here in San Antonio. We'll be back after this. Construction work has turned busy downtown San Antonio streets into blocked off cone zones.
Yes, our Katrina Weber shows us how people are overcoming these bumps in the road.
No matter how much he prepares, Steve Wood knows he's in for a rough ride. He's getting ready to give a downtown bike tour, lately full of detours.
We may find out that yesterday that street was open, today that street is closed.
Road construction, he says, has him constantly rerouting. Cone zones have closed off several main streets.
Luckily, we have the flexibility to work around things. We just have to explain to our guests, well, you may not see the Alamo today.
The city of San Antonio is doing major long-term work on a stretch of Broadway south of Hildebrand, on and around Santa Rosa Street, and on South Alamo between Market and Cesar Chavez.
Oh, it's a mess. Yeah.
So
it's a lot of construction going on.
The street closures can catch some visitors by surprise. Others live with this every day.
It definitely takes some navigation getting through this. I log into where I'm going, where I'm leaving from, where I'm going, and it gives me all kinds of routes.
Christopher Moore uses a phone app to get around by bus. He has parked his car for good at his downtown home, but he says his usual 15-minute trip to work is now an hour-long ordeal. In some cases, even walking can be difficult. If I was trying to cross from this corner to, say, Hemisphere Park over there, well, there just aren't a lot of options. We saw some people chancing it by crossing in the middle of busy Cesar Chavez. A few blocks away, this couple is doing their best to feel festive instead of frustrated.
We'd like for it to be done and so we can get around a lot easier.
They say they sometimes drive the back roads, but often end up stuck in traffic.
You just have to wait it out.
Oh, definitely. Playing, of course, their favorite music and the radio, and you just have to have patience.
For others, the end of the road for the construction work can't come soon enough. Katrina Weber, KSAT 12 News.
There is an end in sight for the project on Broadway. The city says it should be finished by this summer.
And the rest of those cone zones should disappear by the end of next year.
Fingers crossed on that one, too. 547, 71 degrees.
Look out there with TransGuide, and earlier we had a few problems. But looking over here at 281 Bulverde Road, looks okay for the most part. I'm looking at another camera of 281 in Spruce Woods, but we're going to get a check-in with RJ Marcus about that very soon.
5:50 right now. Welcome back to Good Morning San Antonio. And we have spotted the road debris that we were talking about during our last traffic segment. 281 southbound at Spruce Route. That's the camera that we're seeing at the moment here as we take a quick look at our maps. And we do see some TxDOT Hero units out there addressing the situation. Again, being reported as road debris. Looked a little bit like a stall and maybe a vehicle may have struck something of some sort, or maybe there was something else on the road. Either way, we are seeing a little bit of delays here. Jones-Maltzberger up to Isom Road. Also seeing some little bit of delays there in San Pedro. Not sure if that's all related, but again, either way, it's been a little bit of a busy start to our Thursday morning here near the San Antonio International Airport. All right, big day tomorrow, obviously, and Saturday for the parades. And let's go ahead and give you kind of another look at the route that we're going to be looking at here. So again, 2.6-mile route for both the Battle of Flowers and the Fiesta Flambeau. And things start out there on the North Main Avenue at near San Antonio College. We're going to come all the way down to Lexington, St. Mary's, Brooklyn, right there where KSAT 12 is. And if we go to the southern part of our parade route, we do see that we're going to stretch things here to Avenue E. This is where the KSAT Insider Party is at, Avenue E at 6th Street. So if you want to still get tickets for the Battle of Flowers, we still have those available for purchase, and it should be a good time out there. We're going to go all the way through Alamo Plaza, through Commerce Street, through San Fernando, and then winding things out there at Santa Rosa and West Morton Street. So the biggest thing to keep in mind here when it comes to the street closures that we are going to see, so for Battle of Flowers, street closures begin at 8 a.m. and everything should reopen by 3 p.m. For the Fiesta Flambeau, the street closures will begin at 4 p.m. on Saturday evening or Saturday afternoon and reopen by 1 a.m. on Sunday morning. So it's going to be a very, very busy weekend out there. And we have all this information on KSAT.com as well, so make sure to check that out.
Great catch.
Yes.
Reflexes of a cat.
Lot of
his
fun.
remote slipped out of his hand, and he caught it before it hit the desk.
Good job.
Thanks, guys.
Hey, Fiesta Fashion.
Okay, I'm just wondering how this young lady can still stand up straight with all those medals on, because that gets really, really heavy.
It requires balance and coordination.
The hat balances it off, baby.
That's okay. I didn't even notice the top of that hat. I thought that was in the background. All of that right there. Because I thought it was like right there when I first glanced at it. So great. I love that. Thank you very much for the KSAT Connect picture out there. All right, we don't have a lot of reduced visibility. It's actually not bad looking out there at the airport because we've got a decent breeze. Castroville, a little bit of fog trying to form up. New Braunfels, Gonzales. Just be on the lookout for it. But as long as we keep that breeze around, we're not going to have much of it. There may be some mist. Little drizzle like we had the past couple of mornings, hence the 10% chance that's thrown on in there. And temperatures will make it up into the mid to upper 70s at noon, top off 85. A stray sprinkle is going to be possible. I really doubt it, just a kind of a mention of it. Here's the short-range computer model. A couple little sprinkly showers are possible this morning. Some of that mist, drizzle out there, some damp roads. And then we go into the afternoon hours. Again, there could be a little spot trying to pop up here. So I've got that mentioned in there. Then we jump ahead to tomorrow. Now notice the thunderstorms well up there to the north, and most all of the computer models agree that everything stays up there. We are going to have the damp, drizzly start tomorrow, just like today. That may linger into the beginning of the Battle of Flowers parade. And then as the parade rolls on, a stray shower or two popping up around the area can't be ruled out. So you know, if you got a light little rain jacket or a little umbrella, something like that to take with you, maybe not a bad idea. Of course, we'll have a better grip on this tomorrow morning as well. And then throughout the afternoon, a couple of those as well, as far as a stray shower. Jump ahead to Saturday. Now, very warm and humid, very volatile atmosphere on Saturday. However, there's kind of a lid on the atmosphere, and so anything that does pop up is going to be waiting until late Saturday night into early Sunday to come on through here. So I think all of the band festival tonight, as well as Battle of Flowers and Flambeau, are going to be on the dry side. It's going to be hot and humid, but we'll avoid all of the showers and thunderstorms, widespread showers and thunderstorms. But again, morning mist, drizzly out there. 88 on Saturday. That's going to be the hot and humid day. So heading down to King William, yeah, make sure you dress appropriately for that. A whole lot more coming up after this.
Now on KSAT.com, the brand new Pullman Market is at the Pearl, and it's open. The former Samuel's Glass building. That area includes 4 restaurants, to-go kiosks, a seasonal bakery, and a fresh pasta program. Read all about it And just look for this article on KSAT.com. Quick look at TransGuide out there live as we approach the break. Looking at 281 at Sprucewood. We'll be back after this.